Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time coming here, by the way, welcome. Click subscribe, like, and that bell. Make sure you click it. That way you don't miss any of the vlogs when they do come. So every single week, we either inspire or share experiences, or I bring you guests that can change your life, whether it's in money, whether it's in your life, something to do with pain and healing, and so much more. So there was a money conversation that I started, and I said 3 things that can help you start to question or to figure out about your finance, and everything from source of your money to beliefs about money and so on. Today I want to give you 5 money habits that I also actually incorporate in my day and my month and my years, and see how you can actually use them to help you figure out your finances. Ready? First, earn more, spend less. Of course, this should be obvious, but you and I know we don't do that. We look at what we earn and what we spend, and we're like, hey, wait. It's just something about spending. It's easier than earning. I don't know, is it just me? I mean, I like to spend money. It's easy to just, before you know it, you look into the bag, you count what you have, and you say, how did that happen? So you have to earn more than you spend. Now, you could be earning money right now and saying, Flavia, either way, the money I earn does not fit the bill for what all the problems I have, all the expenses I have, all the things I have to spend money on. Well, maybe you should look into actually adding on to how you earn money. So some of you can put side hustles. Some of you should look into what skills you have that can actually earn you money. While you have your 9-to-5 job, your everyday job, what small things can you add on? Some of you can say, I'll braid hair once a week, maybe add on an extra 50K, or whatever you can do to earn extra money, do it. Some of you can speak in public, so you can say, I'll be an MC, I'll volunteer to do this and that. Any extra money you can make. I think this is why a big chunk of today's world and generation, everybody has a side hustle, because for some reason we're spending more than we earn. So I'd advise you, if you want to earn more, just add on to your sources of income. Just whatever you can, whatever skill, whatever brings you money. Don't just say, I don't want that. I mean, just add as much income as you can. So my first habit is just that. Earn more, spend less. Part of spending less, before I leave that point, is to live within your means. Now, people say that, people throw that around, live within your means. What does that mean? It means that if you earn 10 million shillings or 10,000 shillings, that's what you've earned. When you budget all this money into your necessities and your basics and everything, whatever you remain with for entertainment or expenditure, that's what you're supposed to be living within. And some of you live within your basics and live within your needs, then whatever you're left with is what goes to your basic needs. That's not how it's supposed to be. So when you're spending, my next point then comes in, budget. Find a budget, okay? I mean, I'm going to share with you what budget I use, but some of you might have your own version of a budget. Listen, just hold on to it. Budget. You have to budget daily, you have to budget monthly, and then long term. So long term is where people's savings and investments come in. Some of you want to buy a property, some of you want to build a house, some of you want to buy a car, just anything that's long term that you want to invest your money in, you have to think of that. And say maybe in 3 years, I need to have bought property which costs X amount of money. And so when you're budgeting to save your money, you know that this amount of money is going towards that saving. So what do I use? My budgeting is 50, 30, 20. 50% of my earnings every single month go to the needs. What would be, if it's for you, rent, your fuel, things that you must, spend on. And then the 30% goes to my wants. You understand what I mean? Like, I want to go out and have a cup of coffee. I want to come to the champagne bar and, have a glass of wine. I want to buy a new necklace, a new bang. I mean, wants. You just want to have something. You want to go on a trip. You want airtime. You just want these things. That's my 30%. Then my 20%, with no debates, is my savings. It's actually the first thing I take off. That 20% has to go to your savings. And the third thing is use what you buy. Ladies, come close. So we open your closets today. Clothes, bags, shoes, jewelry, perfume, sprays, everything. And then on a Wednesday, you're like, I really have nothing to wear. But really? You do. You do have everything to wear. I think the thing about us is that we do not know how to use what we've bought. You know, you could buy a pair of shoes and it sits there in a box for a month, month 2, month 3. Because, you know, I don't know, I haven't figured out an outfit to go with that pair of shoes. But you're out there buying a new one. So I think try and use what you have first. And by the time you're buying, you absolutely need to buy. Do you know what I mean? Some of you have, it's like when you go to a restaurant and you order a bottle of water and then you're drinking it. And then halfway, like, let me move on. You go order a soda, you drink it halfway, move on. That's wasting. I think we do that even in our lives. You have things in your home, but you're like, let me move on. I don't like that anymore. Stop that. Whatever you have bought, make sure you use till the end. Try and tell yourself this. Every time I waste what I've bought, I've wasted money. So you look at whatever bottle of perfume that you're trying to waste and say, this is money I am wasting. So use what you buy. Your circle and your activities. Let's start with your circle. I mean your friends. I mean the people you hang out with. Some of you don't really necessarily hang out with your friends all the time. Sometimes you hang out with family. Sometimes you hang out with colleagues at work. Yeah. Sometimes you're like, oh, let's just go there, grab a drink, have a chat. Or sometimes someone calls you, can you make time for coffee? And they're not buying. First of all, I've never understood that. If you call me for a drink or something to eat, you're paying. You're the one who made the call. Anyway, listen. Your circle are the people who need to know that not every time we sit down we must spend 100,000, 200,000, 1 million. No, your circle must understand that we're getting together to make memories versus spend so much money. So you don't want to be the friend who, because you don't have any more money, you're afraid to go out because you know every time you go, it's So outside of your friends, your activities. Sometimes some of you, it's not the peer pressure. Your hobbies are expensive. My friend, must you? Must you go to the most expensive gym? Must you go to the most expensive places? I mean, your hobbies are expensive. Your hobbies are the reason you're broke. Yes, I like to swim, but I'm for sure not in a pool every day. I like to work out, but I have like 3 different workouts because some days are broke days and you need to manage. So check your hobbies, check the list of things you apparently love to do for self-love. Check yourself, please, okay? Your circle and your activities. And lastly, take advantage of the freebies. I'm giving you advice, but I think I'm giving it to myself more than you. I'm the type who had medical insurance, who could take advantage of discounts, free entry into certain places. But guess what? I'd do nothing. Why? Because too special. Why am I getting free discounts? I can pay the full price. Thank you, darling. Well, that runs you broke, my dear friends. So take advantage of it. If you're working in a place which gives you free medical insurance, take it. Take it and use it. The only time you're paying an extra cent at the hospital is because you've run out of your insurance. Do you know what I mean? If you go to a place and you hear there's a discount, even if it's 10%, my friend, that's 10% money you could save. Do it. You're not too special for saving money. Actually, don't think of it as, oh, I'm going to get free. Say, I'm saving money. I think the more you change your culture and say that more than getting a 50% discount, I'm juggling to your weighted, I want freebies. Try and tell yourself, I'm saving money. And the way I'm saving money this week is taking advantage of that 20% discount on this, 30% discount on this. Wait for a sale. Do you know what I mean? Maybe that month is a bit tough for you money-wise. Wait for the sale. Keep calm. You won't die if you don't buy that shoe today. So take advantage of the freebies. It's one way to save money, okay? So let's recap my 5 money habits that I just shared with you. The first being earn more, spend less. The second, budget. Daily, monthly, and long term. Just if I can repeat that word, budget. The third, use what you buy. Fully use what you buy. Take advantage of that shoe till it says, Madam, leave me alone. Okay? The fourth, your circle and your activities. Check them because maybe they're the reason you're losing money. And last but not least, take advantage of the free stuff. Take advantage of the discounts, the freebies that you get at work with your friends. Take advantage of them. Until then, bye-bye.